Hi everyone, and I'm sorry initially starting out this video that it's going to be quite different and less like a vlog and less upbeat to my usual videos, but it's something I felt was important to sit down and do because I've been asked about it a lot and I kind of just wanted to talk about it once in this video and then kind of not mention it again for a while because I'm just dealing with things in my own way, and for me that kind of means just getting my head down and carrying on. Sorry for being really cryptic there, it probably doesn't help. But some of you might know already that last week, whilst I was in London for some events, I was assaulted and mugged. I thought it would be useful, maybe helpful to someone to share exactly what happened and also help me in kind of processing exactly what happened. I was at a couple of work events for London Pride, which were both amazing, and I couldn't fault either of the events. I have some photos from the events which I will, sorry I'm just trying to get comfy, which I will pop on the screen now. So we started off our day where we made placards with gay times, which was lovely, and then we didn't end up actually doing that event, but we did kind of go to the parade, which was such a positive and kind of happy part of the day. And then we went back and changed at our hotel for our evening event, which was with Hilton, who are a brand I completely love. And we had a few drinks before, and then obviously had a few drinks at the event. That was obviously completely my choice. But yeah, that was so much fun, and the team at Hilton were so nice. There were lots of really interesting people there, and met lots of like amazing people. Jake Shears from the Scissor Sisters was performing as well, so it was a lot of fun, and I was feeling on a massive high obviously, and I decided to leave the event. So I completely left about 15-20 minutes before Mikey to go and get a taxi, and in doing so I was obviously more drunk than I would be on any other day. I called my mum, who was on holiday, to, I don't really know, just to have a chat, have a catch up, and it was late in the evening, and yeah, kind of after some back and forth between her and Mikey and trying to order a taxi, the taxi arrived, and the last thing that I kind of remember is being hit on my face, and then being like kicked repeatedly, and my memory of that's really faint, so I don't know kind of the exact timings of when things happened, and then I was woken by police a few hours later. So yeah, whether it was a mix of kind of alcohol and like head injury, I was completely kind of unaware of what was going on for a few hours in the night, and Mikey obviously didn't know what happened to me, and I was on the phone to my parents just before it happened, so they were obviously worried because, guys, I really hate getting upset and I don't want anyone to think I'm being like coming on and doing this is like any way like a cry for help or an attention thing. I just want to share kind of what happened and just say it all, and then feel able to move on completely and be positive. But yeah, so everyone was obviously worried. I didn't have my things when that happened, so I didn't know kind of how to get back home. I obviously still felt like just a bit, I don't know, just worried. I didn't know what happened. My top that I was wearing was covered in blood, my eyebrow as well, and my nose, so was kind of scared because I at that time couldn't really remember exactly what happened, and even now it's a blur. I've luckily been able to kind of track exactly where I was, and we know that I woke up in the same place to where I was on the phone to my mum, and to where I ordered an Uber, which I didn't get in because my phone had gone and I had blacked out. But yeah, it was just really scary, and something I wouldn't wish for anyone to go through, obviously. And I've actually, when I was in London when I was a lot younger, I was like threatened with a knife, which was obviously very scary, but something that I just forgot had happened. It was 10 years ago and I didn't think it would happen again. So yeah, I think I've been struggling with a certain amount of guilt, which I'm by no means saying I should be, and if you've, or someone you love or are friends with has experienced the same, they shouldn't either. But I do have a sense of like, I was drinking and I wasn't as kind of responsible and aware as I should have been that night, but I know I can't kind of hold on to that. That's my own insecurities, and the person who did this to me shouldn't have done that regardless of if I was drunk. Because I was drinking, it doesn't mean that I was obviously asking for that. So yeah, I then got back to the hotel the next morning that we were staying at, and obviously just felt really emotional, explained to Mikey what had happened, and then we headed home. And yeah, that was kind of it. And since then it's been nearly a week, so a week tomorrow, and I've just kind of been trying to process what happened. Luckily, I don't know how, but I came away with like minimal injuries. I had some bruising like over my body as well, and my legs in particular, and just sensitivity to touch, but I had no kind of proper cuts. I think the blood that was on my t-shirt and stuff was from my nose, but nothing seems broken or damaged at all, and everything's been checked over, and I've got my phone, which is amazing because obviously that's a massive part of what I do and my work. And yeah, it was more just kind of a scary experience that really shook me up and has knocked my confidence, obviously. But I couldn't be more grateful and appreciative for all of the kind messages and comments that I've had online, on Instagram, when I kind of shared what happened, which wasn't an easy decision to share because, again, I didn't want anyone to think that me doing that was asking for or looking for attention, because I would love it if I could have not mentioned it at all, but I had certain responsibilities, meetings, brand partnerships, uploading to YouTube, which I like to do consistently, and I didn't want to just kind of drop off the face of the earth and not explaining where I've been. And in vlogging my life, this is a big thing that's happened to me, and it will take time for me to get back to being completely normal. So I wanted to come on and share exactly what happened that night, and that my memory is foggy of it, and if I don't reply to you with the exact details, it's because it's kind of hard for me to even remember and piece together exactly what happened, because I don't remember, and that I just find it hard to talk about because the things I do remember were really horrible and not something I want to keep kind of going over and over. I have been very lucky to have Stormy, Ziggy and Mikey obviously at home with me for lots of this week. Just, yeah, having lots of hugs and watching rubbish TV and films in bed, which I've really needed, and I'm feeling so much better already, and I've been back to work today and yesterday, so yeah, feeling much more positive. But I really hope that you don't mind me sharing that, and of course I completely understand if you don't want to hear about that. I'm not going to be mentioning it all the time, and I'm going to be back to kind of positive upbeat content from now on. But yeah, just thought I owed it to you to share what happened. Thanks guys.